Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am super excited to be part of the Gerda Steiner Designs Advent Calendar for 2021. This is brand new to Gerda Steiner Designs and I'm super excited and blessed to be part of this event. There are an Advent calendar is a calendar that has 24 doors, and then every day between the 1st of the month and the 24th, a new door opens. So today is day 13, and so I am super excited to share a project with you for day 13. Now, if you missed day 1 through 12, you missed out on a lot of inspiration and a lot of fantastic goodies over at the Gerda Steiner shop, and I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to check it out. I advise you to check it out every single day because it's a pretty fantastic Advent calendar. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and start off by doing a little bit of stamping. I'm using a fairly new stamp set to Gerda Steiner Designs. It's called Santa with Letters, and it's so neat because you can customize the little bunting that Santa is holding here. Okay, we are going to stamp our Santa with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm stamping him on a panel that is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. Both of these are alcohol marker friendly, and that's what we're going to use to color in our image today. I am going to stamp Santa one more time in just a little bit because I want to do a little bit of layering, and so we'll first add our letters to our banners here. Now, the nice thing about this stamp set is you get a full alphabet in it, guys, so you can customize your little banner bunting that Santa's holding. I have two daughters. Both of them happen to have 5-letter names, so I could put Emily or Allie in there, which would be super cute. But today's card, we're just going to go traditional, and I'm going to stamp the word happy. Each of the alphabet letters are outlines, so you can fill those in with color, which is really nice. You can use your favorite coloring medium to color in those the alphabet letters, which is nice. And also in the stamp set there are some accent pieces. If you don't want to add letters to the banners, you can add a star, a present, you can add a Christmas tree or a bell or a snowflake, and then there's a couple hearts in there too that you can stamp. So lots of versatility with this. And I didn't stamp my H too well, so I'm just, rather than restamping Santa, I decided just to use my black gel pen, and I went over the line that was missing. Found that a little bit easier than restamping the whole thing. I stamped the H, and I'm going to continue with the A, and then I'll stamp 2 P's and a Y. And then when we're done with this, we're going to bring back our stamping positioner and stamp Santa one more time. This panel, we're just going to color in the nose of Santa and then also the banner that he's holding. And we're going to fussy cut those out, and then we're going to add them as a second layer to the image that we're going to stamp right now. So taking another piece of alcohol marker friendly cardstock, we'll stamp Santa one more time. I'm going to zoom in, and since this is an Advent calendar, we're going to play a little bit of Christmas music while I color, and then when I'm done coloring, I will catch you right back. Oh, and you know what? Before I go, I almost forgot a good thing. Gerda Steiner Designs is having a giveaway today to celebrate the opening of door number 13. So if you want to enter in the giveaway, it's very, very easy. All you have to do is like the video if you like it, and then leave a comment down below in the comment section. The giveaway ends on the 14th. So on the 15th, through a random number generator, I will draw a number, and then the lucky winner I'll notify via the comment section with details on what to do about the giveaway prize. So that's a nice little added bonus. So I'm going to get back to coloring, and then when I'm done coloring again, I will catch back. Okay, coloring is almost done. I almost had the timing right. Minus a few seconds. But I think the blue and the red with Santa's coat just looks perfect together. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the coordinating die and die cut out the Santa that's fully colored. And then I will take our other Santa, and there's a room on top to where we can stamp holidays. So I put him back in my stamping positioner, and we're going to take the holidays, ink it up with some Memento Love Letter ink. It's nice red ink. Any kind of red ink that you have would work out perfect for this. And we'll stamp this a few times, but I do want a little bit of a gradient with this sentiment. So I'm going to bring in a slightly darker red ink. It's called Rhubarb Stock. And I'm just going to go on the lower half of the holidays and add a little bit of a gradient to the sentiment. Now I'll use the coordinating die to die cut out the word holidays, but for Santa's nose on this panel and also the letters that say happy, I'm going to fussy cut those to the line. This is just going to be a nice way to add a little bit of dimension to my card. So let's line these up. Very easy to line up, and it's nice that there is a coordinating die set. So I'll go ahead and tape these down and run these through my die cutting machine. Now once these are all die cut and fussy cut, I'm going to use my Memento marker and go around the edges on the pieces that we fussy cut, on all the happy and then Santa's nose. This, believe it or not, gives it a nice clean look when you do a little bit of layering. We'll set our die set aside, grab some small foam squares, and rather than putting the foam squares behind each of those little pieces, sometimes it's easier just to add it to your larger image. So that's what I'm doing with the nose and all of the little banner pieces. Once the release paper is all removed, I can use my tweezers and just go ahead and add Santa's nose. I love doing this because the dimension that it gives is so nice. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our H, replace that, and then we'll add the rest of the letters that go to happy. And the outcome I just think is super fun. We'll finish off here. I'll show you a close-up what it looks like. Just makes you smile. Okay, now we need a background for Santa. So I have some blue cardstock, and I'm also going to bring in a panel that I haven't trimmed, but I will trim to 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to use some oval dies, a smaller one for my white panel, and again I'll trim that down so it measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then a slightly larger oval die to die cut out my blue cardstock. Now I did that because we're going to actually add a little bit of color on the edges of this is going to be on the inside of our window. So when I die cut this out, you're not going to be able to see the circle, but it's actually easier for me to use my blending brush around the edges, keeping that oval shape. So you don't have to die cut this out. You could just use the square, but sometimes die cutting out with the same shape of your window is a lot easier. Now I added 2 different colors of distressed oxide inks. First was the blue as Faded Jeans, and then I'm going around those edges with black soot. I love doing this for starry night scenes or snow scenes because it kind of creates a real, like a halo look. And so just 2 colors and blue cardstock would work. Now I did dry my panel, and now I'm treating it with my anti-static powder tool because there is a snowflake in our stamp set. The snowflake will fit perfectly in our banners, but it also creates nice little snowflakes for the background. So we're going to use Versamark ink. Make sure your panel is really dry, especially with distressed oxide inks, because they do have a tendency to take a little bit of time to dry. So I did go ahead and add white embossing powder over my stamped snowflakes, and then we're going to go ahead and melt it and put our panel behind our window. I'm going to add adhesive behind it first, line it up behind my window frame that we created, making sure it's the right side. And then once I'm happy with where the placement's going to be, I can kind of center that window frame where I want it, and then tack that background window piece to my card base. Actually, my card base is a standard A2 size card base, guys. Now I did add foam adhesive behind my window frame. We're going to adhere that directly to the front of our card base, and then we're going to double up on the foam adhesive behind Santa. And then this is going to go on the inside of the window. So he's actually one layer higher than the window frame. That's a little bit more dimension. And I think he might be a little bit too low. To me, it seems a little bottom heavy. So we're going to lift up Santa and put him a little bit higher. That way we could put holidays right below him. It's a little bit more balanced. For me anyway. I'm going to remove the release paper off of the foam squares that I added behind my holidays. And then we'll place this right under Santa's feet. And I was going to leave it like that, but we have a lot of white background, and I thought we have letters, so I thought about putting maybe joy with the letters in that area around our frame. So this is a hindsight. Technically, you probably would want to do this before you add foam adhesive behind that white window frame. But I think it's going to work out just fine. Instead of joy, I thought ho. We're going to stamp a bunch of ho-hos on our background panel. And before we do that, I want to make a practice stamp with my red ink on some scratch paper. Sometimes when you add two alphabet letters together, they're a little bit wider spaced. And I want to make sure that this didn't happen with the letters in the stamp set. And it worked out perfect. You could actually stamp an entire sentiment if you wanted to, because you can pretty much butt them up close together. I filled in my entire background with ho-hos and then I'm going to color them. I stamped with red ink. I used the love letter ink, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of those ho-hos with two of the Copic markers that I used for Santa's jacket and his hat. I used R46 was the lightest color, and then I'm going to add a little bit of a gradient with my R89. And I love the way this turned out. I just think it with those ho-hos just added a little bit more playfulness to the card. Now we need some embellishments, so we're going to finish off by adding some silver stickles to Santa's belt buckle. Got to add a little bit of sparkle here. And then I'm going to use my glossy accents, and we're going to go over Santa's nose. This is going to add a little bit of shine to his nose. And then I do want to add a little fluff somehow to the fluffy parts of Santa's coat and also to his hat. So I found some silver, not silver stickles, this is called frosted lace stickles. It's like perfect for adding dimension for fluff for Santa. So it worked out really good. I'm going to go over the bottom of his coat, over the cuff of his mittens, and also over his hat too, just to fill that in. And then that finishes off my card today, guys. I hope you get a chance to check out the Gerda Steiner Designs shop for the Advent calendar. I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my project, and I wish you a lovely day. We will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.